In this video, I'll be reviewing the Brilliance of the Seas ship under Royal Caribbean Cruise Line. This ship was built in 2001 and refurbished in 2018, and it carries around 2,200 to 2,500 passengers. When booking a ship, one of the most important considerations is deciding which cruise ship you would like to sail on. And there are so many wide range of ships to choose from, each with their own unique amenities and features. For a newer ship, you will tend to have more amenities and entertainment, and there will be like floating 5-star hotels or resorts, whereas a smaller ones and old ones will probably have a traditional approach to cruising. So sailing on a brand new ship is totally different from cruising on a 20-year-old ship, which we'll be seeing one by one. So one has to research thoroughly which cruise ship they want to sail on, because each cruise ship can provide drastically different onboard experiences. So this should not result in disappointment if the cruise vacation expectations aren't met because of the ship we choose to sail on. First and foremost criteria for deciding the type of ship you want to sail on is your budget. So the budget, if your budget is low and you don't want to spend too much, then you can go for a smaller and older ship. And because the newer and luxury cruise lines will definitely be more expensive than an older ship. So that is a main criteria for most of the people. In older ship like Brilliance of the Seas, there isn't much room for bells and whistles on board, and also each room has got its own very basic facilities and amenities. So another thing is it can carry around 2,200 to 2,500 people, so you can get intimate and close with and make a lot of good friends in the ship. In older ships, you may not find any major onboard thrills like circus shows, then dancing or magic shows, or any other fun and thrilling activities. So it was very limited in our ship. We could only see stand-up comedy played in one of the theaters. So the older ships were more traditional and relaxing cruise experience, and you can truly connect with the sea and have a peaceful and serene atmosphere. If your budget is the primary criteria, and then you have to go with the older and smaller ships. Let's say, for example, you're cruising to Alaska and your budget is 3,000. Here you may find a balcony room for 3,000 in older cruise ship without any bells and whistles, whereas if you go with the Norwegian Prima or some other newer cruise line, Celebrity Cruises or something, you have to pay double the amount, like 7,000 for a balcony room. So the bottom line is the prices would be really unjustified for the itinerary you choose, and if your itinerary and destination is more important for you, then probably you have to choose budgeted cruise lines like older and smaller ships like Brilliance of the Seas. Again, another criteria is if you'll be spending time only in the destination and exploring newer cities rather than on board, then you have to probably look for smaller ships that will fit your budget. So if for example, if the number of sea days is less, then you don't need to care about the newer ship, because you'll be spending more time exploring outside. So sailing on an older ship does not necessarily mean that it will be run down and outdated, but in fact some cruise lines do an excellent job of keeping their ships feeling fresh and up to date. So that is another point, the attendants and did a brilliant job in the older ship that we sailed. So we don't need to worry too much about older ship in this case. The balcony stateroom also looked very worn, outdated, and some rust visible in the balcony. The older ships definitely need a major facelift from time to time. Some of the chairs and cushions are worn out, and those needs updates in the common areas. Now let's talk about the reasons for choosing a balcony stateroom versus inside stateroom. In all the ships, there are four major reasons. One is the one is the cost, the budget of your family. If you can't afford a balcony stateroom, then you just have to go blindly with inside stateroom. And the second issue would be, like, if the itinerary does not have scenic views, or if the outside climate is very cold and chilly where you cannot sit outside, then definitely you go for an inside stateroom. And there are three major reasons to choose balcony stateroom. One of them would be you will get natural light coming into your room. That will be really nice to freshen up. And then the second reason would be, like, if you have any health issues, you can always sit outside, catch some fresh air, so you won't feel stuffy, or you won't feel seasick. So that is second reason. And the third reason might be, like, if the itinerary has lot of scenic views, then definitely you have to go for balcony stateroom. You will definitely get last minute balcony deals, so you just have to research and shop around. So to sum up, there is nothing more beautiful than to wake up and see the scenery right from our bed. That is really unparalleled. So if you can get a balcony room, that will be really great in any ship, whether it is old or new. Next, we will talk about the dining options when compared to newer ships. Actually, dining options in newer ships tend to have a multitude of eateries, but whereas in an older ship, it's all limited. One of the favorite part of cruising is we all expect to enjoy all delicious cuisine on board. So we would tend to expect more culinary experience when we are cruising. Newer ships have a lot of onboard food scene to include many options in complimentary to specialty dining. So let's say, for example, we go for an excursion and return back hungry. From 3 to 6, you may not find many places to dine. So, whereas in newer ships, you always have dining options throughout the day. In Brilliance of the Seas, there was one cafe open near the solarium, but it was open from 3 to 6, but it had very stale sandwiches, soggy salad, and stale cookies. So it was not a nice experience going to a cafe between 3 to 6. So if you're planning on an excursion, then definitely you would come back hungry and expect something hot and fresh. But that was not the case in Brilliance of the Seas during off times. Older ships tend to rely mostly on buffet and main dining room for complimentary dining. In this case, in the Brilliance of the Seas, that was the case. And during some days, the buffet may be jam packed, and you may not find a table and grab your food. So, and also there is one spot for specialty coffee, which had long lines each morning as well. So usually in older ships, instead of complimentary dining, you can go for specialty restaurants, so to have a special dining experience. Newer ships tend to have more dining options on board than older ships, so there will not be any need to go to specialty restaurants. So if this is the major aspect of cruising, then you have to choose a newer ship with more dining options. Entertainment on Brilliance of the Seas was very limited, and we did not spend much of our evenings enjoying any production shows. On a newer ship, you may see some incredible production shows like full-length Broadway musical, ice skating spectacle, etc. But in the older ship like Brilliance of the Seas, we could only see some stand-up comedy, which we did not even enjoy. So to sum up, in an older ship, you may not have the outdoor theater experience or dazzling entertainment every night. Whereas in the newer ship, you will have all this and so much fun and entertainment. Also, there was not a pizza place to enjoy a quick pizza on this Brilliance of the Seas. In other Royal Caribbean ships, you have the Sorrento's pizza, but this is not there in Brilliance of the Seas. Regardless, we had a great cruise that was intently focused on our time in Alaska, which was fabulous. So we viewed the cruise ship itself as a cozy place to return to each evening, and it was a perfect spot to sleep and eat while being conveniently transported to various parts of Alaska. So that was really awesome. So keep in mind that even for a port intensive itinerary, you will be spending quite a lot of time on board the ship. So like the night should be really entertaining. If you have some cinemas in outdoor theater, or if there is a magic show or a circus show, that would be really awesome, and that should you should not forget that. So if you need that kind of experience, you can go for a newer ship. Otherwise, if for a budget friendly itinerary, you can stick to older ship. So before you book your next cruise line, do all your research, weigh all pros and cons, see what you like and what you want to experience, and go ahead and enjoy your cruise line. So this is the end of this video. I'll be following it up with food review for this ship and also the Alaskan tour and excursion. Stay tuned, and thanks for watching, and have a nice day.